So David is making big moves. David has officially hired Harvey Weinstein's lawyer because he knows that battles are upon him. But it is interesting to me that this man still has not been arrested, and something tells me that this man isn't going to be arrested anytime soon. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali, daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video and let's get into LAPD's recent shocking statements before we divulge into David's legal tactics. This case is still ongoing, but unfortunately I do feel like the attention on this case is dwindling, and I think that the justice of Celeste is a very small light at the end of the tunnel as of right now. LAPD basically have confirmed in statements and also to multiple of these blogs who are reporting it that as of right now, David is not a suspect. David is not a main suspect. David is not somebody that they are looking at when it comes to this investigation. How? I don't understand, considering that, you know, David knew Celeste, her body was found in his car, and for the fact that there are all of these various nuggets when it comes to the music videos and the lyricism, and the fact that they actually had a relationship, which we saw in all of the streams. So how this man now is not longer a main suspect in this case, I just think is honestly insane. To be fair, this man should have been taken into custody as soon as they found the body in the car for questioning. Not for an arrest, but at least for something. But David was apparently cooperating with the police, despite the fact that we never saw him at the police station, despite the fact that we never saw him talking to police. We just saw police raid his house, take his stuff, and take his devices, and that's really it, because they were searching for blood evidence. They obviously did not find anything in that house because it's been 2 to 3 weeks, if not a month, since that raid, and this definitely would have been treated as priority back then because it had a lot of public interest, which unfortunately, as I've said, is now dwindling. But for LAPD to state that this man is not a main suspect, something does not sit right with me. Like, something does not sit right with me with this case. Were certain police officers paid off? Somebody told to turn a blind eye? Maybe other people were told to do it for him, and those people have genuinely just disappeared. How David can have no correlation to the missing and death of Celeste, I honestly don't understand. And even if you look at the body on the conversation of her, you know, her body was severely dismembered, so not all of the body was even in the boot or even in the car. There was some other part somewhere else which still nobody knows about. So that person couldn't have gotten so far if they were able to calculate that she actually passed away at the end of August, and this was discovered all in early to mid-September. But now LAPD want to state publicly after a month that this man is not a main suspect. I feel like certain eyes are turning away on purpose when it comes to this conversation, and to me, the more I look at this, the more it's just troubling to see that people aren't going to get justice for Celeste. His family's house was raided. Her family, there's just police calls of them visiting her family all the time. She was seen running away all the time. Yes, this is a bigger picture, this case, and yes, there are other people involved. David could not have done this alone. But for LAPD to say emphatically and categorically that this man is not a main suspect in this case is just so dumbfounding to me. Do you guys really believe that David has nothing to do with this? For real, I'm asking. Comment down below if you think that David has nothing to do with this case, and, you know, it's just coincidence that he was found in her, you know, in David's car that was left in a compound, abandoned, a car that David no longer drives, and David also now has broken his lease, packed his things, and has basically moved away from that house. Because if this man is not a main suspect, this man is going to get his career back. His brands will definitely silently return. The concerts will return because the fans will return. Everything will return for David in the next year. 110% if this man is not confidently part of this passing and not a main suspect, as LAPD have stated. You've investigated for a month and all you found out is that David is not the main suspect and you don't have any other suspects to choose from. So Celeste just magically was found dead in the car, body dismembered and spread out. A funeral for Celeste was also meant to take place, but I believe that was also delayed in some kind of way, and certain details were put up for that funeral that did not make any sense to me and, you know, didn't correlate with what was meant to happen. So I'm not sure about this funeral of Celeste that was meant to happen. Don't think it has taken place. Don't think the family would want to do it privately anyways, considering there was a GoFundMe floating around for them. And I just think that she was basically failed on all corners. Failed via her family, failed via David, failed via LAPD, via society, and failed by herself. Unfortunately, just failed on all corners. This person did not have that protection as many children should do, unfortunately. And with the mounting lawsuits that Roblox is facing of grown men and women contacting minors, the system just repeats itself, and if anything, just gets bigger and larger. and the services that are meant to protect, like LAPD or any other police department, just don't know what to do. I think that is just the reality. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. There are other people that are entities that are above the police at this point that are basically overpowering. You're really going to tell me that she was found in his car, and yet this man is now officially not a main suspect? I don't understand. Anyways, moving on to the next topic. David has officially hired one of Harvey Weinstein's lawyers as cops probe how the dismembered remains of a 14-year-old runaway ended up in his abandoned Tesla. The 20-year-old embattled artist recently retained Blair Burke, a top criminal defense attorney who has also repped a host of Hollywood stars, including Kanye West, Britney, and Lindsay. David, whose legal name is David Anthony Burke, has faced intense scrutiny ever since Celeste Rivers Hernandez Rotting's remains were discovered in his car. His new lawyer has also previously repped Weinstein as well. So, why is David doing this? Why is David hiring Mrs. Burke? Why is David hiring a top criminal attorney defense lawyer? Blair Burke. Why has she been brought into this conversation? Does he know that something is coming and therefore he needs to be defended by a criminal lawyer? Because if this man is not a main suspect, but yet this man is hiring and paying legal fees to one of the top most criminal defense attorneys there is, somebody's lying. Some story ain't straight, and something's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, because all of this is just confusing to me. You wouldn't need to hire a criminal defense attorney if you are not considered a main suspect in an LAPD case, unless he's been told information that we don't know about, or unless he's getting this particular lawyer just for defense, in preparation, just in case if anything happens. But she is very expensive, so he is forking out a lot of money on her, and I think that he's doing this either because he's expecting some kind of trial or conversation to this, because it doesn't make any sense as to why you hired one of the most expensive lawyers that are out there, but yet at the same time, the man still isn't a suspect. He's never been brought into custody, and he's just chilling. And his items are all of the LAPD officers who were all meant to look for kind of blood evidence, and none of that was given. I also expect that when this investigation closes, they're going to be returning a lot of these items back to David, because they're obviously his, and they couldn't find anything from it. More questions, guys. As time goes on, more questions and not enough answers when it comes to this case, and I feel like it's losing public interest very quickly, and unfortunately it's just going to get like that. Let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. It goes a long way. Join Murad Nation. Tip if you guys wish to. Comment down below on this case that keeps on developing. We're going to keep rolling out videos on the David Celeste stuff when more information definitely does appear, and I will catch you guys soon for another video.